So it's the Jasmine brand here, and I'm here with Syleena Johnson. How are you?
Hey, I'm fine, and you?
I'm doing excellent. We had a great conversation off camera.
Okay.
But you just tell me, where were you before R&B Divas, before the show started? I feel like I lost you.
Girl, I was here in the world. I don't know where y'all was at, but I was working, doing albums, and having kids.
Okay.
However, in the fan defense, my husband played basketball overseas, so I was out of the country a lot.
Okay.
So I didn't do any appearances or shows because I was out of the country raising babies.
Right.
I was still, recording and doing little things here and there, but for the most part, I was kind of off the scene.
Okay. So that answers where you were before. We were disconnected. We're connected now. Obviously, we see you every week on R&B Divas.
Yes.
What made you decide to give reality TV a chance?
I like reality TV. I think reality TV is too fun. I just think that. Don't y'all think it's fun? I watch it all the time.
It's fun.
It's fun. But even if it's live sometimes. But our show, I can't say, and I swear to God, it's not a lot. There are cute little edits to make things look cool. You might see this kind of edit in the teaser to make it look like what's getting ready to happen. But for the most part, it's pretty true to who we are. TV One was very adamant about that. They're very big on positive television. That's the model of their network. And the network was right. The cast was right. Nikki called me and was like, "Yeah, girl, come." It was no casting. It was just like, "Hey, girl, look, you want to do this show?" I was like, "Yeah, that's a good idea. Come on, such and such." I was like, "I'm gonna call Kiki because Kiki was my friend, so I called Kiki and introduced her to Nikki, and then they start talking. But she and Nikki introduced me to Faith.
Okay.
So then me and Faith started, and then we all knew Monifa, except Kiki never knew Monifa at all until the show started.
Okay.
But
so there was no casting.
There was no casting.
Were you apprehensive at all about? But we know TV One is for the most part positive, but we do, and you and I have talked online about other reality stuff. Were you apprehensive at all about? Okay, no fear.
Probably because I'm a very open person. What you see is what you get on pretty much all levels.
Okay.
I have no problem being who I am.
Okay.
Even in my feelings.
Okay.
So I wasn't afraid because
you are who you are.
I'm just gonna show you what it is, and that's I'm not afraid of who I am. So.
Do you feel like you have been portrayed accurately?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I do. I think the only thing I wish is that they show a little more of certain things that went on, like with my move. They didn't show where I actually went to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And when I was moving in, my son was the only one that helped me. He's 5. So it was so cute. He was moving like one pillow at a time because my husband was caught in storage and it was an ambulance. One of the storage people's back went out, child. So they didn't get to show like that kind of stuff, like the struggle of and the end result.
Right.
But in their defense, it wasn't enough time. It was only 8 episodes.
Right.
So, and there were other things that really needed to be shown. As far as my personality, dead on.
Dead on.
Dead on.
Has there been a moment that you watched and you sort of regretted or thought like you sort of cringed watching it?
Oh my God! Every week I look at the shine on my face and go, "What is this shine?" I remember putting powder on all the time, but the shine just.
So it's the
shine annoys me.
The shine, and off camera before we did make sure the shine for you. I always have the shine, but we made sure the shine.
I go to my dermatologist and get like a real something for the shine because the shine is just ridiculous. I have oily skin, although they say the oilier your skin is, the younger you look. So
that's our secret.
Oil. So I'll take it.
Yeah,
but can we fix it for TV and then I can be oily after?
Okay. Another question, and I look at your mentions and I look at mentions during when the episodes air.
Always tweet live.
Yeah. So I noticed that, and you saw this because you were involved. There seemed to be some conflict between you and Nikki.
Which is always.
Okay. So what's that about? Is what's that about?
No, Nikki gets on my nerves.
Okay.
But so does my sister sometimes.
Right.
So does Monifa sometimes.
Okay.
Kiki constantly gets on my nerves.
Okay.
But I love them. They're my friends.
Right.
It wouldn't be right. What kind of relationships would you have with women who you agree on everything? Always it's the same thing all the time. Like who would do that? You know what I'm saying? So me and Nikki bump heads more than others because we're very strong in what we believe in.
Right.
And you know, everybody calls her bossy spice. Nikki is bossy spice. She's just bossy.
Right.
It's just what it is. So I'm not the only one that she has these discrepancies with. She has it with Mo sometimes. She has it with Kiki sometimes. You know, just that's just who she is. It's not malicious of her.
Okay.
You know, she's not sitting around trying to conjure up, you know, how to take it out.
Right.
She just is strong about her opinion. I'm strong about my opinion. Everybody's strong about their opinions.
Right.
So we're gonna bump heads, and that's what it is.
Do you talk after the show, or I mean, do you like when
We be talking during the show, like, girl, look at your hair, ha ha ha.
Okay.
Or girl, I'm too fat. I'm about to go on a diet. We be going in on each other, you know, somewhat of like I hang with Kiki the most.
Okay.
Because we've known each other the longest, so me and her are kind of the closest. But I be talking to Mom, I be talking to everybody. Faith, like we be at parties, talking to each other, we see each other.
Okay.
Be like, girl, I see you on Twitter trying to be cute, you know.
Right.
So
there's not like, because I was upset after the last episode.
I was upset after last episode too.
Okay. All right. So, but everything.
Because I didn't see it, and I didn't know that happened.
Okay.
So and
Can you talk about that just briefly?
I definitely can. Okay. That pissed me off real bad.
Okay.
Because I felt like even if you didn't know, you know, what was going on, you should have had my back because you've known me longer than her.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that pissed me off. But you all are getting it late. You're getting what we've already went through.
Later.
You know what I'm saying? We already argued that out and talked that out.
Right.
So to y'all, it's new. She got on your nerves. But to me, it's our child got on my nerves about that. So we already squashed that.
So we moved on, which is cool. Now, and I definitely want to ask her this, and I'll ask you this, and if you don't want to answer it, cool. If not, whatever. There was buzz about there was a bunch of drama involving Nikki behind the scenes that she may be off the next season and blah blah blah. Is there any truth to that? Can you say anything to that? Is that
in all honesty, I just don't know.
Okay.
When I see things like that, I don't, because that is strictly between her and production, and her business.
Okay.
I don't get into that affair, so I don't know, and I don't like to look at anything negative that has something to do with R&B Divas because it gets angry. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't even look at blogs and they say negative things about me. I close my eyes to it because it'll just make you mad, stress you out.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. Okay, let's talk about your father. You all have a unique relationship. We saw it play out. We've seen it play out on the last episode. Were you apprehensive about having your father on the show at all?
Again, no. This is just my dad is what he is. You know, I was hoping that he would do it because I don't think that he understands the way he is. So I was glad that he can now sit back and watch himself.
Did he watch it?
Yes, he did.
Did you all have a conversation?
Child, he was like, I was sick that day. I just came out the bathroom. I just got off the plane, I was tired. Just all these different excuses. But the truth is, you're nuts, and you've seen yourself be nuts, and now you're like, wow. Then he would say stuff like, I was mean, I shouldn't have been that mean, you know. So he understands, but I'm glad that he got to see himself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think it's important. I wish everybody could do a reality show so that they could see themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that is the only way that you can really learn about yourself. There's things that I see on the show like, I'm sure that. And then, you know, this is a realization. Like, for instance, in episode 2 or something like that, 3, we're at the table, and Nikki going crazy again.
Right.
But I turned to, that's when she walked out. She pulled a Norma Desmond. And, because we call her Norma Desmond because she's dramatic, so we call her Norma Desmond. So she walked out, but I turned to Kiki and I was like, you know, I'm going to tell you love, bitch. And, you know, and literally when I talk to her, it's in a way of, look, we in the concrete jungle. Get it together. You know, if that's how I'm talking, you know, but that's how I talk to my kids. That's how I talk to, you know, but there are times when you have to be, you know, soft and understanding.
Yes.
But as women in this industry, we have to be able to talk to each other like, look, the truth of the matter is you're a woman. They don't care. Nobody's going to cry for you. So get it together. But when I saw myself do that, I was like, yeah, that's right. That's a good way to be. But then when I saw my father being that way to me, I learned this is where I get it from.
Okay.
Wow, my father's nuts.
Right.
And this is how I was raised, and this is where it comes from. Although it has made me stronger and tough, you know, at the same time, wow, I understand where this could be threatening for others. It's not threatening for Kiki because her mom talks to her that way. And see, I know that, but Nikki does not.
Right.
I know that I can talk this way to her because she's tough enough to him.
Right.
But Nikki didn't. So that's why she was like, oh my God, why are you talking like this? Because she felt like, no, this is you're being insensitive. Well, really, this is our relationship with how we do. You know what I'm saying?
And what my last question about the reality TV sort of lane is, the ratings obviously did really well. We all heard about it. What do you think why do you think R&B Divas has been successful?
It's a breath of fresh air in a way. I mean, there's still drama, obviously,
Yeah.
you know, but it's a different kind of drama. Nobody's jumping over tables.
Okay.
Nobody's spitting on each other. Nobody's, fist fighting and
Right.
pulling hair. It shows a real representation of how women actually do get into what it is they get into.
Okay.
And then they get through it. There's resolution.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that, and then I think, if I was to step outside myself, and I saw like 5 of my, let's say, if I saw Aretha Franklin, Angela Winbush, Patti LaBelle, Gladys Knight, all in the same show, and to see them as women and mothers and see them in a different element,
Yeah.
I would be really excited because now I can get into their music even more. Their music it's like connecting the dots.
Right.
It's like, oh, that's why she's saying that. That's why her heart is this way, her passion and this, that. So that's really fun, and that's a different element that has not been touched yet
Right.
in reality TV.
Right.
Because normally we wouldn't put our lives on Front Street because we have to be private, because anything we give the press, they'll go crazy.
Right.
So it's better to give it out your mouth. You see what I'm
You
saying?
tell it, yeah.
You tell it. Now they can't take it and go crazy with it. It's boring. That's not fun. Everybody knows.
Right. Right.
So I think it's a great way for our fans to be able to see the real us and connect with us, musically this way.
Right. And then also, as you mentioned, you all weren't cast, like you all.
Yeah, it was on some old, girl, come on, let's try to do,
Right.
And there were other members, there were other cast people, women that Nikki tried to include, and they just, for whatever reason, couldn't do it for this and that.